Yo, what's good? This is your man DU. This is your man DU. And this is another day of talking trash. Shout out to the break in the building. My man Caldwell from the break putting out that dope music. Yo, before I start, let me first say everybody needs to go to Pulsar-Entertainment LLC .mybigcommerce.com and get yourself a talking trash stainless steel water bottle, right? Stainless steel water bottle, whether you working out or you just carrying or you just need something to carry, you know what I mean, your water, your juice in while you out during the day. You need to go. It's right down on the screen, right there at the bottom of the screen. You need to go to Pulsar-Entertainment LLC.mybigcommerce.com and get yourself a Pulsar talking trash stainless steel water bottle, right? Hey, so let's get into it. Let's talk about St. Peters. St. Peters beating first Kentucky. They beat Kentucky, right? And then they beat Murray State. Murray State, that's the school John Morant went to. Then they beat Purdue with Jaden Ivey. I didn't think they were going to beat Purdue, man. I did not think they were going to beat Purdue because Jaden Ivey's a beast. Jaden Ivey is probably the number one pick in the draft. Purdue is a big-time school. If y'all know anything about St. Peters is coached by Shaheen Holloway, right? Shaheen Holloway, if I'm not mistaken, Shaheen Holloway used to play for Seton Hall. I think he was the point guard at Seton Hall, either the point guard at Seton Hall or the point guard at Connecticut. One of those Big East schools. But he's definitely from New York, right? And he's coaching a small school in Jersey City, which is St. Peters. St. Peters is a true Cinderella. It's a true Cinderella in this NCAA tournament. And this is why I love March Madness. I'm sure nobody but the people that are part of St. Peters pick St. Peters to be in the Elite Eight and a chance to go to the Final Four. St. Peters is a school, maybe, if I'm not mistaken, of a small school of 2,500 students, right? I used to work in the New York City public schools. I used to work at Boys and Girls High School. Shout out Boys and Girls. Boys and Girls High School had more students than St. Peter's College has right now. Boys and Girls High School had 5,500 students. St. Peter's has 2,500 students. 15th seed in the NCAA. 15th seed in the NCAA, right? And they've been taking down the big dogs. Yeah, my man asked me, did I retire yet? 100%, baby. I'm chilling. So, St. Peters is about to retire North Carolina University today, too. They're going to make it to that Final Four. I'm rooting for St. Peters. I'm rooting for Shaheen Holloway. I heard, thank you, brother. Peace to that. I'm rooting for St. Peters. I'm rooting for Shaheen Holloway. I heard, he's in the mix to get offered a bigger job with Seton from Seton Hall. I hope he doesn't take it. I hope he stays right at St. Peters and grows that program. You know, like whenever you start doing something major, major at a small, on a small level or at a small place, the major schools or major labels, right? Or something like that want to come in and scoop you up. I hope he definitely stays at St. Peters, no matter, whether he wins or loses today. And I think he's going to win today. 100%. I think he's going to win. St. Peters, that is. So I'm rooting for St. Peters to beat North Carolina. I think they're going to win. I'm going to pick a score. I think the score is going to be 75 St. Peters, 70 North Carolina. Because the thing about St. Peters is that they have some scrappy players. They got players that you're not just going to foul and they're not going to go to the foul line and not be able to knock down their foul shots. They're going to be able to go to the foul line, knock down their foul shots. They got some scrappy guards by the name of Lee and Banks. They got some scrappy front court players. I think it's two African brothers. I can't pronounce their name right now. I ain't even going to try to pronounce their name, but I think St. Peters is going to put up a good fight and win and beat North Carolina University. Now, the next thing I want to get into, I want to talk about the Knicks knocking out the Heat. The Knicks knocking out the Heat. The Knicks beat the Heat 111-103 on Friday night. Now, if anyone remembers before the Heat played the Knicks, the Heat got into a big, I ain't gonna say scrap. When you scrap, you throw some, you start throwing some of these, you start throwing some joints, you throwing some knuckles. But they came pretty close. They called a timeout. I think they was getting their butt kicked, right? So Spoelstra calls a timeout. They get in a huddle. And he says to Jimmy Butler, I don't know what Jimmy Butler said because Jimmy Butler's back was to the camera. So Jimmy Butler said, yo, you think I'm... No, sorry. Spoelstra said, yo, you think I'm going to fight you? And then here comes Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem is a player on the Miami bench. Been with Miami for a long time, but he's a player / coach / enforcer / gangster on their bench, right? He says to Jimmy Butler, yo, I'll kick your ass. Now, this is Jimmy Butler, the guy that says, I wish the NBA would let us fight more, right? Udonis Haslem tells Jimmy Butler, yo, I'll kick your ass. And things went haywire. Teammates are trying to break it up. You see some of the players that really don't get no playing time, they stood to the side. It was like, yo, if these dudes fight and beat each other up and get hurt, maybe I'll get some run, right? Yo, Kyle Lowry was trying to call a timeout within a timeout. Spoelstra went crazy since he saw Udonis Haslem had his back. He threw his clipboard, what I have right here in my hand. He threw his clipboard, in the direction of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, I guess he started noticing that the whole team, almost the whole team was against him. It looked like he started copping a plea. They eventually went back on the court, started playing ball. So They get to the press conference. He says, Spoelstra that is, they ask him, hey, what happened on the bench? So he says, yeah, we was trying to figure out what the dinner plans were, right? He's trying to be witty. I didn't, me personally, I didn't think that was funny. But, hey, here's what it is, right? So he says, yeah, we was trying to figure out what the dinner plans were. But everybody knows something went wrong. But they kept the locker room tight. So now I'm looking at it like, yo, the Knicks are gonna play the Heat in a couple of days. This is gonna be a test for the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are going to get tested on this. Because Miami Heat, they're a physical team, and they're going to come out on all cylinders. And mind you, one of their most physical players, Julius Randle, is not playing because of a quad injury. So now Tibbs has to play the young guys, right? The Knicks are in Miami. Not only wasn't Julius Randle playing, but this guy, Mitchell Robinson, wasn't playing. So Tibbs' lineup was Burks, R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, Jericho Sims, and Evan Fournier. Yo, this young team brung it. This young team brung the pain. Yo, I got a guest. I got a lovely guest with me. If you could give me just one minute, I'll be right with you. Yo, yeah, this young crew brung the pain. They brung the pain, and the Knicks wound up winning 111-103. Right? One of the best wins of the season for the Knicks. But right now, since my guest is in, matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it above. This is my daughter. She you can tell we look alike. So, hey, what's up?
Hey, can everybody see me?
Yeah, people see you.
Oh,
People see you. We
Okay.
waiting for one more individual to come through. But before, while we waiting for him to come through, I want to say, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Antoinette. I am Douglas's daughter. Um, I'm pretty much on because we're going to, well, my brother and I are actually going to be starting our own podcast. My brother, my sister, is a little overdue, but here we are. And it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be about real life. It's going to be transparent. We're going to keep things light, just trying to have a good time. And as we have gotten older, we realize how, we were always close, but we realize how much closer we are as adults. And we just think people need to see it and see the real conversations that we have. And we know that there are so many people who will be able to relate to the situations that we're going to be addressing, and we're just going to have a good time, and we want everyone to be able to share that good time with us. So keep a lookout.
Yeah. So my brother, my sister, Antoinette is my guest on Talking Trash today. My brother, my sister, the podcast. It's going to launch on May 5th. If you look at the bottom of the screen, those who see this is going to be able to look at the bottom of the screen and see that it's going to launch May 5th, 2022. So it's going to be a podcast basically celebrating family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, celebrating family. Um, and our family is important to us. And I don't think there's anyone better than uh the My Brother, My Sister podcast to celebrate family. And which again, like she said, a lot of people are going to be able to relate to. Um, First things first, again, we still waiting for your brother to come in. Real family stuff, right? Uh,
Right.
the brother, the brother is always late, right? Yeah,
Like,
yeah, or sometimes don't even show, right? But and this is real family stuff.
right, right.
So, and this is going to be like, I guess you tell me, like the type of topics you're going to discuss during, on your My Brother, My Sister podcast.
Um, well, we're going to be discussing, for instance, the dynamic between a brother and sister, and
Mm,
excuse me, and you know what we felt like some of the situations that we shared together growing up, and how was it once we became adults and became parents and things like that. We also want to hone in on financial literacy, and you know and
okay.
and co-parenting and relationships, and how he felt when I started dating, being that I'm the older sister and him being the younger brother, trying to pretend to be the older brother, so things like that. It's just going to
Okay.
be good conversation.
Yeah, and that's kind of funny. Like the younger brother trying to check your situation
Mhm.
uh as far as dating, right? Because
Mhm.
I mean, you're not like like I'm gonna say like a lot of years older than him, but you're older
Right.
than him, right?
Right.
Um, it's a significant gap where you can say, "Come on, sit your butt down," right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's funny, right? And I
Yeah.
and of course I see him all the time. I used to see him all the time, call himself trying to, check
Right.
your, what I'm saying, your situation,
Right. He
right?
was he was a very territorial younger brother.
Yeah, yeah,
Still is,
yeah, yeah.
but now we have that relationship where it's like he's my go-to person if I need advice on, a mail or whatever. He's that person for me where I'm like, real talk, I know you're gonna keep it honest with me. So you think I was
Yeah.
tripping?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like it's that type of stuff, like, yeah, sis,
Okay.
nah, you did too much on that situation right there. I'm gonna need you to chill.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he is that person for me that lets me know whether or not um I'm right or I'm wrong, or whatever. We agree to disagree sometimes, but that's
Mhm.
brother and sister.
Yeah, yeah, I
He's
get
saying
it.
though that the link isn't working for him for some reason.
The link isn't working for him.
Yes, I don't know.
Okay. So again, May 5th. May 5th is going to be the launch of My Brother, My Sister podcast. I definitely, while I'm gonna get to a topic that we're gonna talk about real quick, and I'm gonna try to get Malcolm in here on that link. I'm gonna try to send him the link again from my
Okay.
phone, and I'm gonna pop up the topic real quick. You tell me, can you see this on the screen, Antoinette?
Yes.
Jimmy Butler. Do me a favor while I'm like trying to get Malcolm. I'm gonna try to send him the link again,
Mhm.
and this is Jimmy Butler, right?
Mhm.
Jimmy Butler. That's his on the left. on my left, that's his mother, right? His mother threw him out of the house when he was 13 years old. Now on the right, I guess that's what you would call. Oh, there go Mal. There we go. Hold on.
Oh, he's on. Okay.
Yeah, he's on.
Excuse me.
Yeah, my bad. Had a little
Hey, we here, right? We here. But right, let me get into it real quick since you're here. Jimmy Butler, that's his mother on the left, Antoinette. That's I guess his adopted surrogate mother or the family or who he calls his mother that took him in on the right. A friend of his who became his mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
The question is, since his mother threw him out the house at 13 and now Jimmy Butler's a rich NBA player, does he still look out for his mother? Right? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
That was the question. And we talked about this before. But before we get into that topic, right? Let me again introduce. This is Malcolm, who just came in. This is Antoinette from My Brother, My Sister podcast. They're gonna launch on May 5th. And it's a podcast celebrating family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now let's
Mm-hmm.
get to the topic. Like I heard in my research, since I'm your, of course, we just state this. I'm your father. I mean, people are gonna look at this and see the resemblance, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
You are the father.
yeah, I am the father, right? They're saying, Jimmy Butler, his mother, who gave birth to him, looked at him and said, "Yo, I don't like the way you look. You got to get out of here." So he was essentially homeless on the streets.
Right.
And then this family, who I'm just going to state the obvious because it's the elephant in the room, is a white family, right? So now this white lady takes on the role as his mother, and I assume that he had uh no strong contact with his birth mother, and it went on to him becoming a college player, then going to the NBA and making millions. And the storyline comes out is, okay, the white mother is receiving all the benefits of him uh being an NBA player. Like he's really
Right.
taking care of her. So the question is, should he still take care of his mother, his birth mother?
Mm, and yeah, and no. If he don't got no relationship with her, it don't make no sense to even, you know, to even do anything or reach out. But at the same time, it's just something deep down inside a guy that be like, oh man, I gotta look out for my dudes. So
But that's
you know,
and that's from a male point of view, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
to look out for mother for look out for my dukes regardless,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So now, and Antoinette, what's your take on it?
I don't know. I'm kind of stuck because, I mean, taking it at face value, we don't really know
Okay.
the detail of the story,
Okay.
But even in the image that you just provided,
Mm-hmm.
his mom, that seems more of a recent picture, his mother kicked him out, but he still seems like he has some sort of relationship with her. Being at that picture doesn't seem like that's an old picture. If she kicked him out as a young boy and he's now a grown man. So I would think that there's still some sort of relationship to, to them being mother and son. So even if he feels as though he may not necessarily want to do all that he may do for the family who took him in, I think that he should still look out for his mom in some way. And sometimes people think that it has to be like you physically handing this money to someone. It could be more so, okay, you know what? I know you kicked me out, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy you a house. I see that you're struggling. I see that not that I know if that's what's happening, but it doesn't have to say, it doesn't have to be him handing her money. It could be him doing a service for her, you know, that says, okay, although we were not on the best of terms because you kicked me out as a young child, this is what I'm still going to do for you because you are my mother. You did bring me into this world. So even if it's not millions of dollars that I'm giving you, I'm still going to acknowledge you and I'm still going to do something for you, you know? And we also don't know, which I still feel like I need to look into this further because I also heard that he had mental issues, you know, and
That the mother had mental issues, right?
I thought it was him. No.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I know, like, okay, as far as I know, Jimmy Butler was kind of stable, right? I don't know if he was a bad kid. I don't know, you know, because we have those situations where, you know, you got young kids going crazy and the parents just say, yo, I can't take it no more. Get out of my house, right? But I don't know that to be the case, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about it because because y'all doing the My Brother, My Sister podcast, and this is going to be somewhere on the lines of what y'all touch on, right? And and I have a Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called Talking Trash, right? And shout out to Justice. Um, uh, a friend of mine named Justice put this up in the Facebook group called our Facebook group Talking Trash, and it was kind of a debated topic, a heavily debated topic about whether he should take care of his mother or not, his birth mother, right? And I think of con- the point of contention, or where it was kind of uneasy at, is because of the racial difference, right? That's one, because now you see the white, somebody that Jimmy Butler look at as his mother, who's not his birth mother, but look at as his mother, the white lady, and then you see his birth mother, the black woman, right?
Right.
And then uh the second point where it was heavily discussed was that, hey, you take care of moms regardless. You take care of moms regardless. So um me, as as your father, I could no I couldn't think of at any time putting you guys out of the house, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, needless to say, there wouldn't have been any situation that we couldn't have handled in our household, or that would have led to me saying, yo, you got to get out, right? That wouldn't have happened from me, your mother, your stepmother. Nope, that wouldn't have happened,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah.
I mean, because just separate from on their side, our situation was totally different, right?
Yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah. But that being said, I now, since our group is a heavily is male dominated, right? So the male mindset in the group is, again, take care of moms. Now, my thought process was, what if that was dad? Would it be the same thing?
Yeah. Nah. Not at all. You know the feelings. The feeling. I just feel like it's the feelings is different towards towards fathers. Generally it's just like it probably wouldn't be. It wouldn't be that. It wouldn't. It probably wouldn't even be a conversation. It's just like, all right, if he wasn't there, or if it, if roles was reversed, it would have just been like, all right, well, he gone. Let him be. Let him be where he at and keep him there.
Dad is left out on his own, right? Yo,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
him
yeah.
out of here. We gonna we
Word,
gonna
get him
treat
out
him,
of
we gonna treat him like we do.
Word.
We gonna treat him like we do on Father's Day. Not that y'all treat me like that on Father's Day. Y'all treat me good. Y'all treat me good. My kid, I have the best kids in the world, right?
Of course, you're gonna.
I have the best children in the world. And look at them cheesing,
Of
right? They
course not.
cheesing
But
like,
of
Yeah.
course, they're going to say that we're the best kids in the world.
yeah, honestly, I have the best children in the world. They're respectful. They love their dad. They they do what they can for like look, their
Mhm.
dad is blessed, but they still do what they can for their dad, right?
Right, right, right.
But I feel like I think I would like to know if the shoes was turned, if this was like his birth dad and then his dad that took him in, what how would it be?
If this was like the same exact scenario, you're
Uh-huh.
saying,
Uh-huh.
because typically when you think about fathers who are not there
Yeah.
for their children,
Uh-huh.
we just assume like, okay, he left at birth, or you know they separated and then he just wasn't playing his part as a parent, or
Mhm.
he wasn't giving the child support that he was supposed to provide to the child. That's typically the scenarios
Mhm.
that we see when it comes to dads not
Okay.
being a
Mhm.
part of their kid's life. If that was the case, definitely I would say, no, the dad isn't entitled because the dad hasn't done anything for you. He left you.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
Right, right.
if the dad was in the same scenario that the mom was in,
Mhm.
like you said, it would be looked upon differently because that's the dad.
Yeah.
But this is the tough situation for me to fully understand, because like you said, I can't imagine
Mhm.
kicking my son out
Yes.
ever,
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
whether he's, regardless of what he may have going on with him.
Mhm. Mhm.
So again, I don't even think, but I also don't think like it has to be him necessarily giving his mom or his dad money, like putting money in their bank account.
Yeah.
It can just be
Mhm.
like, okay, well, you kicked me out when I was 13, but you know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm still gonna get you this house.
Uh,
You know,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still, I might just get you a car just to go to A and B, just so I could say, you know what? Just because they did me how, just because they did the things that they did and kicked me out at a young age, I'm not going to hate them, because despite of all of that, look what I have turned out to be, because
Yeah. Yeah.
everything
Mhm.
happens for a reason. So you
Yeah.
kicking me out
Mhm.
led me to where I really needed to be in life. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
here's the thank you for that.
Yeah. And
So
But look, if you doing all that, if you getting a house and all that, you might as well give me some bread too then.
yeah, yeah, I
Might as
mean,
well give me some bread
yeah,
too then.
yeah, I see what you're
Word.
saying. No, no, no.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Might as well give me some bread.
I hear
I might
you.
have
so
a house and all that, but what I would do?
yeah. So now at the same time, so I think what I'm hearing, and I know Antoinette, I know Antoinette has to go in about 2 minutes, right? So what I'm hearing Antoinette say is that almost like two wrongs don't make a right. So
Mhm.
if if we take it from face value, say his mom's was bugging, right? And she did just look at him and said, "Yo, I don't like the way you look. Get out." And he was out on the street, and he was out on the street, which was definitely wrong. But what I'm hearing Antoinette say is like, "Yo, everything happens for a reason." She's looking
Mhm.
at it. She's looking at it like, "Yo, maybe this is what spurred him on to become the basketball player he is today. You know what? I
Yeah.
am I am gonna throw you. I am gonna throw you a bone, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am gonna throw you a bone. I am gonna throw you a bone, and I'm not gonna do you the same way you did me, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But then at the end of the
Yeah.
day, at the end of the day, it gets back to that saying too. No one owes anybody anything, and people shouldn't feel entitled, right?
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, and then at the same time, it's also another thing of like, it's also another thing of like just understanding too, because who knows what was her situation, how old, how like, age made might have kicked in and been a problem for her. She might have been too young or whatever the case may be, and was going through a lot. Couldn't handle whatever she was couldn't handle whatever, what was coming
Hmm.
with a kid and
Hmm.
certain things. So,
Mhm.
it's also sometimes when you get older, you just gotta understand everybody, everybody makes mistakes. So, that might have been, she like, oh, I don't like the way you look, but at the same time, could have just been the situation and the timing and everything that she was going through at the time.
And that's a fact. But I'm gonna say this. We can continue this conversation for a long time. I just wanted the people came on that came on earlier and saw you guys to know that my brother, my sister podcast is getting ready to drop May 5th. I'm proud of you
Yeah, yeah,
guys
yeah.
on doing this, brother and sister team. I can't wait. I can't wait to see and hear the content. Um Again, let you know, let them know who you are. From starting with the lovely young lady at the top.
I'm Antoinette from My Brother, My Sister podcast. I'm the older sister, only 5 years though, but I'm still a big sister. um, but
Little bro, little bro.
we are looking forward to this for sure. So that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
not
brother, my
not a little
sister
bro, little
podcast.
bro.
Yeah. Well, of course, I'm the brother, the big bro. I mean, I don't know what they talk about, little brother this, I don't, big bro, and
You
yeah,
wish.
Uh-huh.
just just the other half of my brother, my sister podcast. We about to get lit and have everybody tune in and enjoy the ride. About to
Yeah,
be lit out here and get right.
yeah. And look, hey, I love you guys.
We
This
love
is
you.
Love you too.
yes,
Love you too.
this is DU from Talking Trash. Antoinette Malcolm from My Brother, My Sister podcast. Yo, y'all have a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
day, and I'll talk to y'all
All
later.
right.
Okay.
All right. You too. All
Okay.
All
right.
right.
Later.
All right, later.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. That was My Brother, My Sister podcast. This is your man DU. You're gonna catch My Brother, My Sister podcast definitely on YouTube and anywhere you can hear podcasts. You're gonna catch it on YouTube at /DU. It's dropping May 5th. Yo, y'all enjoy the day. Watch all the sports you can watch today. Let's go, St. Peters. Let's go, Knicks. Holla at y'all later. Y'all be easy. It's your man DU, and I'm out when you hear this.